All right, so it's been a little while since I've made a video. This has been kind of the part of taking up my time here. This is my little house here that I built. It's just a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house, and I'm actually expanding it. This is not staying a carport. This side will remain a carport. This side we're actually going to add on another bathroom and another big bedroom here. So the task at hand that I got to try to take care of, as you can see on the side of the house here, is the foundation. The ground here is a whole lot lower than here, and part of that is because I got this old recycled asphalt, put it down here, packed real hard, real good. But I mean, you can see just how much higher the ground is here. So with that, it's causing issues with my header right here, but it's really not a problem if you kind of understand any part of framing or building. This is not where like my ceiling is going to be right here, because the way we did this, we intentionally did it to where you can see these here, you're just going to have kind of like a small, I guess you say, vaulted ceiling. And we did that just for space, to make the room feel bigger. So that's also going to make this here, the top of the wall will actually be the outline of this here. So the wall will not be here because it's only like, I think 7 foot, which is really small. So it is going to be a lot bigger. But the thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep this floor here. See if I can get a side shot. And so this is where you can see this 2x6 is where the floor is framed up, and it's a little actually below where the ground is. Well, I need the ground to be down enough to where I can have, when I frame up the floor for this side, where I can have it level and it be exactly level with this 2x6 here. So with that being said, I've got to dig a lot of this down. So that's kind of the task I'm gonna try to do today. We have tractors and stuff and blades around here, but I mean, I'm gonna have to dig, I'm gonna say probably, I'm guessing about probably a foot down, and just doing that with a blade, you're gonna kill yourself. So I'm actually gonna, I guess, go rent a little skid steer and try to get a lot of this asphalt and just move it over here, since this side is gonna remain a carport. May try to dig this side down a little bit too, just to get a little more opening, or a little more, I guess, space between the header. My wife's SUV fits fine under here, but it is pretty snug. So I may dig both sides down, but I definitely want to try to save my asphalt that I spent money on, because it does really well, packs real good. But I just want to move all this that's over here over on that side, and then just dig the dirt down on this side. So that's kind of my plan today. And also, just to show a little more, I guess, of kind of the addition, what we did, it's not finished. I have to have, I got to get one more sheet of metal so I can split it, and then do my last little piece on both sides. And then I'm waiting on the trim on my ridge cap, and then my corners, which like on my portable building right here, these corners right here on the end, they'll be out here on the overhang. So I'm waiting on the trim, waiting on this other piece of metal to finish the roof part. But this is kind of where it's at right now. But after I get all the roof done, that'll probably another hour's worth of work. That'll be done. Then I'm gonna be ready to start framing the floor up and then start framing up all the walls. But I can't do that until I get this ground situation figured out. So I went and got a drop hitch for the Squarebody. And I don't know if it's gonna be, it's an 8-inch drop. That's the biggest drop that I could find locally. I don't know if an 8-inch is gonna be enough or not. So we're gonna find out. I got a 2 5/16 ball, because that's what I know. I've rented from this place several times, equipment, and their trailer's always 2 5/16. So I got a brand new, it's actually in the Yukon there. So I'm gonna have to put the ball and hitch together, and then hopefully hopefully it will be enough for my brand new Kurt receiver right there. Hopefully it'll be a big enough drop. I think it's gonna be close enough, maybe not ideal for a long haul, but the place I'm renting is actually probably 10 minutes from here, so it's not that far of a drive. It's mainly kind of through town, so slow speeds. So this is going to be the first time I'm actually going to pull a load with the truck. The truck is filthy. It's been sitting under here. Like I said, I've been so tied up with the other projects. I have not been able to work on this or any of actually finishing the barn like I wanted to. I got the new poles put in. I got a video coming on that. Got the new poles put in. I got my new, I guess you'd say, just a little 4x6 on the bottom here. Got this wall all straight. I got to block it up in the middle. So I have made some progress on the barn. But like I said, the barn, the truck, every other project's gotten pushed off because I've been having to work on my house. That's kind of been top priority. So I'm gonna see if we can pull it out of here. It hasn't been cranked in a while, probably a couple weeks. It's just been sitting here, as you can tell by the, you can see here, tell by the dust. She's been sitting a while. But crank her up, let her warm up, put that ball and hitch together, and then we're gonna go see if this thing, I know this thing I have no problem pulling. My only concern with the truck is braking, because you already got big wheels and tires, which the truck brakes fine like the truck is, but I don't know how it's gonna do with a good bit of weight. I mean, you're talking about heavy duty trailer, and then also I'm gonna rent a skid steer. I mean, it's a good bit of weight. So we'll see how the truck does. It may go well, it may be sketchy. So I'm gonna put that hitch together and then gonna take a little road trip. All right, she's been sitting for a couple weeks and she's filthy on the inside, but let's just see if she'll crank up. Never had issues with it cranking up. Oh yeah. I'll take it. I don't know if I trust these gauges. They fluctuate a lot. I've heard mixed reviews on these glow shift gauges, but that's what the truck came with, so I'm just kind of waiting for them, I guess, to go out, and then I'll replace them with probably Dakota Digital. But right now I'm just keeping those in there, but like I said, they fluctuate a lot, so it's hard to tell whether they're, it's just good gauges. It's kind of telling you what's going on with the truck, like oil pressure and anything like that. So it's a good thing to have good gauges in the truck. So these kind of fluctuating sometimes kind of make you pucker up. Just say, all right, let's let the truck warm up, and then we'll get ready to go. All right, best way I know to do this is just put it in and then tighten it. Of course, they're gonna have this thing probably tight on here. Alright, let's see. Hope this is gonna be about the right drop. I'm hoping. Because if not, that means I'll probably have to order one online. Because like I said, this is the biggest drop I could find locally. How many Nugget Duggers. Lots of times I can get it with a pipe wrench. I'm gonna say that's pretty good. Go get a pin, put it in. We'll go see if it's gonna work. All right, so I actually ran into a little issue at the rental place. The trailer I was going to be getting to haul the skid steer, it uses, I'll show here, it uses, it's already wired into the trailer, and it uses the round, kind of like what this is right here. I'm not sure what it's called, but the round trailer light hookup. And this truck only has your like standard, this is the trailer lights here, is like your standard 4. And I've heard that you can get like the adapter to convert it from this to the actual one, but I would need, I'm gonna call this like the male end, I would need the female end, and I do not have that. So they would not let me leave their lot with their trailer without the lights hooked up. And since again I had the wrong hookup here, I was not able to use the truck to pull the trailer here, but I am gonna, just to test out the towing on this thing, I am gonna go ahead and still hook the trailer and put the skid steer, go ahead and load it behind the truck, drive down the road here next to our house, and just to see how the truck actually does. So just kind of wanted to explain kind of why there's not going to be any footage of me picking the machine up. It's going to be because I ran into a little issue with my trailer hookup, but this is just another thing I can update and go from there. All right, so I got the little machine, and my dad's mowing my yard for me. I got the little cat. Let's see, what is it? A little cat 226B. And I kind of already started before I got the camera out, so I apologize about that. But you can see kind of what I'm doing. Probably it's about 8 inches I've taken out. I'm gonna try to do about a foot, but that's all I'm trying to do is that right there is just take about a foot out of it, get all my asphalt, and there's also a lot of white rock that used to be here, get a lot of that out, and move it over here. So I'm gonna get back to it. Well, I don't know how professional I'd call it, but I got dirt out of here. So kind of what I did, just tried to do as much as I could with the machine. And so what I got going on with the poles, whenever I get ready to actually build the floor in here, still gonna probably have to do a lot of just using a shovel and stuff to work right here, because I couldn't really get the machine with the poles and everything. So a lot of this is just going to be dug by a shovel. But this board right here, if I can get it where you can see it, this is this is actually the level of what this new floor is going to be, because it is the same height of the existing floor over on the other side of the siding here. And I've got probably 6 inches from the ground actually to the bottom of that 2x6. So this will be the level of the new floor. So I didn't worry about getting this 100% perfectly flat, level. It's actually got a little low spot in this back corner over here. The reason why I wasn't worried about it is the floor is going to be suspended, and it's going to be framed and suspended off of the ground itself, and then I'll come back, blocks and bracing everything, block the floor up and everything. That's how I did this side. And I would love to have this perfectly flat, perfectly level, have a concrete slab pour here. I mean, I would love to have that, but this house here, we're only planning on, me and my wife try to get maybe 3 more years out of it, and then we're planning on building a new house or buying another house. So budget wise, concrete slab and everything just gets a little more expensive than just framing up a floor. So the floor's gonna be suspended, have it blocked up. So that's why I wasn't overly worried about getting this the ground perfectly level. Like a lot of professional guys that do this for a living, they, you know, would probably have this, I mean, perfectly flat. But I'm an amateur, and you know, I got the dirt out here, and that was my goal. So what I got to do here now, this is kind of be, again, like I said, this will be when we start working on the floor. But this floor will come out here, and this line here is where it's actually the outside of these poles. We'll run our outer seal, I guess you could call it, on the outside of the poles, and then all this just on the inside of the poles I'm gonna have to dig out. And looking at it where the level of this actually with that ground, I may not even have to dig out as deep as what I dug all this out. May just have to take like a little, you know, couple inches off the top or whatever. But that, like I said, the floor, it will run on the outside of those poles and then come over and then come out, and then, you know, we'll have all the floor joists running in here. Everything will be braced up real nice and neat. And then we'll have 2x4s when we start framing this wall up. We built this to where the 2x4s, you can see right there, the 2x4s will sit and be perfectly flush or perfectly even. When you look at this wall, they'll be perfectly even down this with the poles that are here already. And then that will be my wall. So I'm gonna have to do, like I said, a little shoveling to get the rest of this out, but I got the bulk and the majority out of here. This is nothing, just use a little shovel and get it out. And then I left this little pile of dirt here on the end to kind of keep just any rainwater that might run in here. But not only just kind of using it as a little berm for rainwater, also whenever we get the floor built and then we get this wall put in, I'll backfill. I just wanted to leave this dirt here. I can use the tractor and the blade to backfill all this, and then whatever's left over, drag it all out. So I got this all perfectly. It's all sloped. It's sloped on that side, and then it's sloped on this side, so water will run off the edges. We got this all flat again. So yeah, this is now ready, other than, like I said, the little bit of shoveling I'm gonna have to do, which we'll address that when the next time I actually have a weekend to work on this and start building the floor. We'll address, you know, the little bit of dirt work that we got left. But overall, I'm happy. The machine did exactly what I wanted it to do. and it was definitely a good, had to spend, you know, yeah, I had, you know, kind of expensive to run a machine, but definitely time is money as well, and it definitely made very good use of my time having that machine. So this now is ready for the floor, and the next step pretty much. All right, so you can see there, I got my septic tank that I dug, and I ran my field line kind of straight right here, and then it 45s off and goes to the right of that tree down there. And after I dug my little trench here and ran my field line, over time the ground settled. There's a lot of low high spots. This here would beat you up trying to mow over it, so I had a lot of extra field dirt. I went ahead and dumped a lot of it here, smoothed it all out real nice. So now mowing over this will be nice. And down here, I originally planned on having, I had dug a trench from there just straight all the way out this way, and ended up, I don't remember the reason why, opted out and went over there instead and went another way. So I still had a trench here that was all, you couldn't see it, the grass was all grown up, but it was a probably 2 foot little trench right here, still dug out. That's why you couldn't mow any of this back here. All the dirt I had dug out was piled up right here, so you couldn't come right here and mow. It was a big pile of dirt. There was a trench, so this overgrown real bad real quick. So went ahead, same thing, that pile of dirt, knocked it down, filled all this back in, made it all smooth, made it nice where to be able to, like everything else, maintain real nice. Knocked this out. It was had a pretty deep little sinkhole over here from where my field line dirt had kind of sunk around it, so filled it back in, packed it in real good. All right, so since I had a lot of leftover just field dirt that I dug out, I went ahead and, I don't know if camera will show, but you can see kind of how this here is a lot higher. Well, this was kind of the level of the ground all the way across. It was a whole lot lower on this front end here, and it's not perfectly level. I mean, I'm not even sure what they're exactly called, but I know a lot of the guys that, you know, they build pads and everything, you know, they got the level that you can just check it for level all the way around. I don't have one of those, so I just eyeball, just rough guessing, got it as flat as I could get it. It's a lot better than it was, and we'll come in now and we can, whenever we get ready to do the concrete pad, we can come in and do our form and everything, and then I won't have such a low spot on this front end to try to backfill after we do the form or whatever. It should be pretty close now. I'll definitely have to come in and right here, because I couldn't get close with the machine, I'll have to, because I'm going to run the form right up against these concrete pillars here, so I'll have to backfill all this, which that's nothing, that's quick work with a little shovel. But yeah, so I just tried to, while I had the machine, make just get all this here as flat and smooth as possible, and made this just a nice transition, because it used to be pretty aggressive, a lot worse than what it is now. It's still got a pretty good incline, which is fine. It's perfect, just a perfect nice smooth up, but it lets all the water run away from the shop as well. But just kind of right here was a real bad spot. It would just go up real steep, so I just made this a lot smoother here. And then there used to be a lot of roots and stumps actually right here where all this mud is at. There was actually a pretty good little tree stump. Went ahead, got that removed, and then just ran over it, real rough grade on top of it, ran over this, smoothed it all out, same thing, so the grass can all grow up against the what's going to be a shop. Easy to maintain with a lawnmower, and you can actually see down there, I don't know if you can see it real good, down there in the woods is where I just, all the stumps and roots I dug up, just pushed it all down there off in the woods. So that's about it. kind of what I did with the machine. I am not experienced on a skid steer or skidster, whatever you want to call it. I'm not very experienced on them. I mean, I've had my fair shares of rentals with them and used to work at a place we used a little bit, but as far as doing dirt work and stuff, I'm a rookie. So I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. Got that done, ready to go for the floor like I wanted to. Got this, I'm not gonna say ready for the form of concrete, but a lot more ready, a lot closer than it was. Got all that. I just tried to, while I had the machine, the goal was obviously to get that. That was the priority. But while I had it and I went ahead and paid for the rental for it, just wanted to go ahead and get a lot of this other stuff around here that I could put it to use for, get it addressed as well. And I did a few more things down here, my grandfather's road. It was real rough, so I just kind of ran over it. I can drive down there with a Ranger and show it. And back in our woods, we have had a creek and stuff like that had washed out real bad. I kind of built it up. So I just hit some stuff back in the woods. But the main thing was get this ready, get that ready. And because these are the kind of top priorities going on right now. And that machine, it was a smaller machine, but I just kind of tracked it in. I ran over it a whole lot, just packing it, trying to track it in. It's the heaviest thing we got around here to track. And it actually, I drove the Squarebody up in here and you can hardly tell the tire tracks. It's packed pretty good. So, and that truck is pretty heavy, especially on that front end with a diesel on it. All right, so changing plans. I got this tire's been leaking the whole time I've had the machine. I guess I think the bead's bad on it. So had to end up moving the trailer to where it's a less of an incline on the ramps. Just see if I can get this loaded up and then pull this over to the air compressor and air it up. Ended up having to do this already once on this machine. So let's see if I can load it now. Come up? Yeah, I gotta come up. Yeah, I gotta come up. That's good. That squatted the truck. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it should go in it fine. It's just it jacked it up fine last night. That's if the boards don't break on the trailer.
You're on a cross beam.
Yeah, I tried to put it there. It backed it up this hill. Like I thought I was going to give it a pretty good bit of throttle. Man, just idle. It idles so high, it kind of pushes and pulls on its own. Brakes though, I wouldn't recommend without, if you're gonna pull with it in the future, which I plan to, kind of want to put a brake controller on it, because
Yeah.
it don't stop very good with just the truck brakes.
Gonna hold it?
We're gonna see.
Are you gonna be able to get it out from out there?
We'll see. This is a whole we'll see process right now, Luther. All right, get my jack stand. Hey, Luther.
Yes, sir.
This Squarebody was laughing the whole time
Huh?
at that Ford when I backed it up here.
They did what?
It was laughing the whole time at that Ford. That thing's got plenty of power just moving around here. Should give me plenty of height. As long as my jack stand don't go through the... Yeah, that's good. This machine is not heavier than that jack stand, so. I don't like the whole situation. It is what it is.
Think we can get the top back on there like where it is?
I just don't know, because see how it's opened all down here? And I was thinking if I got to pack grease in this one too,
Yeah.
like the other tire, then I won't have to worry about it leaking.
That's what I do right there. Just push it over and pack it right there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to take it off because you can't spin it on here.
Why?
You can't spin it on here.
No. I mean, we can push it back where you don't have to take it off. You see, you can get it on the bottom pretty well.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like this here,
Yeah.
I had a hard time trying to get the bead kind of halfway on, just to let air up. And down here, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. It takes nothing to take these off. That's why I just said take it off. It'd be easier to work on. I'm just tired of fooling with this thing. I I should have put air in it, which I don't know if it had already popped off the bead just sitting there. I put air in it this morning. I aired it up. Oh, I used his gauge we were using last night. I aired it up to whatever, 140, whatever it was. Before I used it this morning, I aired it up. So it leaked down this quick today.
Yeah.
The bees just pack it with grease in it.
That'd be all right.
Well, you notice that other tire that we put the grease in?
Yeah.
It ain't leaked all day.
Yeah.
Because we packed it with that grease around the bead. Oh yeah. Oh! Watch this.
Bam!
Probably didn't flip that truck over.
I didn't put a ding in my fender.
Where's his, I'm gonna wipe it. Go ahead and wipe it with a rag. I got a bunch of them blue shop paper towels. I should have got some of those to wipe this rim down.
I'll move anywhere you need me to move with that.
You're fine with that. I just figured I'd wipe this down while you got it.
Look at that. Like a Boy Scout. Always prepared.
Takes a minute to find it. Oh, I don't know how long these are gonna last. These definitely ain't no shop.
Are you gonna put 2 of them on?
Nah.
You spring a leak, holler, we'll do another one.
Make it work.
That is the worst stuff in the world.
Yeah.
I promise you the people watching the video are gonna get it on them too.
Yeah, probably.
Stuff spreads everywhere.
Again, if it's... I mean, seriously though, look at that already. Forget it. I done got it on my finger.
Wait a minute, I got some.
No, I done got it on my finger. There's no point.
I got some latex out there.
Hey, that'd be getting that off just to put gloves back on. Forget it. Just go ahead and do it. I mean, seriously though, they should pay me for being able to rent this thing because I'm fixing it for them.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I better be disclaimer on camera.
Let Eric push this down over here now.
I'm letting him finish what
Really-
side he's gonna
really-
get. Now I'll move it around.
I got plenty of it, so I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna pack it good. I do this whenever I'm about to return the machine though.
Yeah, exactly.
Not whenever I've been using it. Look at that. You see that, Luther? As soon as I rub that grease over it, it popped the bead out.
Yeah.
That's crazy, that grease to make it do that. Dad's aired up because it's popping out here.
You need a rag.
No, I need some muscle. Something I ain't got. I don't know who wanted to do this on a trailer. All right, here, let me swap it over here. Oh, this tire weighs as much as I do. Go down, down. Oh.
Yeah, your hose ain't lined up.
I know. That's.
There you go. There you go.
All right, I'm gonna hold the tire, or you got tire? Let's say throw it on the bottom, yeah. Just to hold it from popping off. Oh no, I'm covered in.
Yep. Go clean yourself up. We got it there, so you
Magic.
don't have to get back into it anymore.
See how much this little earthquake. I got two bars still. Bottom of it. Well, she's put in her work, and I guess she's going back in hibernation for a couple weeks or however long to the next project. So hopefully it ain't gonna be that long. I got a lot of stuff for this truck, a lot of parts I've already got for it. I'm just trying to get this project and get the shop, just trying to get everything done, and so I can really make my life a lot easier working on this and everything else I want to do. But so yeah, the truck did phenomenal pulling wise, man. I've always heard Cummins being inlines, they're torque monsters. They're, I mean, the best at towing, plenty of power, plenty of torque. First time ever, I guess, owning a Cummins. I've driven Cummins trucks before, you know, work trucks, and you know, I've pulled them before, but having my first Cummins powered truck, man, this thing pulls like a freight train. I mean, I know that's a common thing people say, but it does. It pulled great, being lifted, being a swap, no complaints at all. Only complaint I would have is braking wise. It did great, it does great braking. The Hydro Boost upgrade on the truck, the rear disc conversion, everything works great on it. It's just when you have a lot of weight on the back, ideally you want your trailer brakes to be functional. Well, this does not have a brake controller, so that will be something in the future I will be installing on this truck, and then it should be perfect. Other than the wheels and tires, I really want to change the wheels and tires on it. These are just kind of too big, and they're not practical for wanting to use the truck for work. So actually I'm trying to sell these wheels and tires, just not having much luck with them right now. But get a brake controller on the truck, and man, I think I'm gonna have a pretty good little tow rig. Now, it's not going to be my everyday tow rig. That's not what I got the truck for. But well, occasionally when I want to get out, put this thing to work, because I don't want it to just sit and not be used. I want to use the truck, want to enjoy the truck, but also want the truck to benefit me. And doing what it just did, pulling that skid steer around, hey, that's benefiting me. Well, I got everything back, tucked back in a way, so hopefully it won't be much longer before we'll be able to get her out and use her again, or give me some content with this thing. Like I said, I got a lot of future stuff with this truck, but it's just got to get to it when I can get to it. Having a full-time job and being a full-time husband and father as well. So yeah, I'm proud of the old girl. She think she did well. So that's gonna be it for this video, so appreciate y'all watching.